Okay. So the first question is describe a single group that you've had an empathy wall with.
I'd say as an A&M student, Aggies versus like TU fans, I feel like there's very little empathy between the two groups, and they're kind of you know sectioned off to themselves and don't really associate with each other.
Yeah. Okay. So like in a way, would you say like not you would kind of dislike them or
In a way, we have our differences, and I feel like that's well, it's mostly just banter. It kind of goes back a lot of years, so there's kind of a little bit of reasoning behind it. And
Mhm.
there's back and forth for however long, longer than I even know, or
Yeah.
long for my time. But
All right. So that kind of follows the second question, which is discuss where your wall stems from in your socialization. So like for their, I guess, what you're trying to say is their tradition.
yeah, I'd say like for us in terms of like, is that in regard to socializing with them or like in general socializing?
Oh, their socialization, which is like where it comes from, like a family, peers, the media, religion.
I feel like it mainly just comes from a place of kind of like just banter back and forth from like a sports environment. But then also kind of, I mean, it dates back to, you know, yes, sports, but it's even outside of that where the schools have different,
Yeah.
things that they're good at, things that they're bad at, and they like to pit each other against each other.
Okay. So describe how and why the empathy wall is maintained. Like, you know,
I feel like the empathy wall is maintained because we want it to be, and we're kind of part of it. And like I said, it comes from a place of kind of as a joke. Obviously, there's extremities,
hmm
but I will say, like, it exists because it is a joke, but in a way, there is still those walls present because we still do feel kind of like a separation from them because we're, associated with our own groups.
hmm All right. And then describe what are you doing to build empathy bridges to overcome your empathy wall. So basically what it's saying,
Hmm.
how how are you trying to get past that empathy wall?
Um, well, I'd say a big part, at least for me personally, my brother goes to UT, so in a way, I have to kind of understand that that is a good school, and there's a lot of good that he has gotten from it, that they've treated him really well, that he's enjoyed his time, and for their sake, be excited for their own students, be supportive of them, even though sure, we have like a playful banter about different things, but it is a good school, and that we're both Texas schools. We're always gonna coexist. So in a way, the banter doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then our last question is, what do you think is the best way to help others overcome the empathy walls that they have had that are similar to that one?
Well, I believe, like I said, there's definitely extremities, and I'm not even close to the extremities that some people go. But I feel like just remind them that it can't comes from a place of kind of like a joke. Like this is nothing too serious, and it shouldn't be. Nothing should be taken to heart because it's all a joke. Sure, they're on such a large scale when it comes to like college rankings, when it comes to like sports in the largest scale, but it boils down to a joke. So just remember that in the back of your mind, kind of thing.
Okay. Well, that's all I have for you today. So, thank you for your
Awesome. Well, thank you for interviewing me.